Welcome to Brain Popcorn, your daily dose of financial wisdom and motivation. We break down the world's best books on money, mindset, and success, turning powerful ideas into lessons you can use to build wealth, discipline, and purpose. Learn, grow, achieve. Financial freedom starts with the right mindset. At Brain Popcorn, we simplify the world's best money and motivational books, one powerful summary at a time. Learn wealth, build habits, grow daily. Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, full breakdown from cover to cover. Daniel Goleman's Emotional Intelligence revolutionized how the world understands intelligence and success. Before this book, intelligence was largely defined by IQ, a measure of logic, memory, and reasoning. But Goleman's research, drawing on psychology and neuroscience, showed that how we manage emotions matters more than how we solve equations. He defines emotional intelligence, EQ, as a set of skills that determine how well we perceive, understand, and manage emotions in ourselves and others. Goleman identifies 5 key components of emotional intelligence. 1. Self-awareness. 2. Self-regulation. 3. Motivation. 4. Empathy. 5. Social skills. These skills predict personal success, leadership effectiveness, relationships, and even physical health more accurately than IQ alone. Part 1. The Emotional Brain. Chapter 1. What are emotions for? Emotions evolved as survival mechanisms. Fear alerts us to danger. Anger mobilizes energy for defense. Joy encourages bonding, and sadness signals loss. Goleman explains that emotions are not random. They are adaptive responses developed through evolution. However, in modern society, these primal reactions often misfire. We overreact to symbolic threats like criticism or rejection, the same way our ancestors reacted to predators. Key point: our emotional responses are ancient, but our world is modern. Learning to align the two is the essence of emotional intelligence. Chapter 2. Anatomy of an Emotional Hijacking. The emotional brain, centered in the amygdala, can override rational thought in milliseconds. When triggered, the amygdala sends signals before the neocortex, the thinking brain, can process them. This is called an amygdala hijack, a moment when emotion takes control before reason can intervene. Example: snapping in anger, blurting something you regret, or panicking under stress. Key point: the emotional brain is faster than the rational brain. Emotional intelligence begins with recognizing when you're being hijacked and learning to pause before reacting. Chapter 3. When smart is dumb. High IQ does not guarantee success or happiness. Many people with high intellectual ability fail in relationships, careers, or leadership because they lack emotional control, empathy, or social awareness. Studies found that IQ contributes only about 20% to life success. The rest depends on emotional and social factors. Key point: cognitive intelligence may open doors, but emotional intelligence keeps them open. Part 2. The nature of emotional intelligence. Chapter 4. Know thyself, self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of EQ. It means understanding your emotions, strengths, weaknesses, values, and triggers. People who are self-aware can name their feelings accurately. I'm anxious, I'm disappointed, instead of acting them out impulsively. Benefits: better decision-making, stronger confidence, improved mental health. Key point: you can't manage what you don't recognize. Awareness is the first step to control. Chapter 5. Passion slaves, self-regulation. Self-regulation is the ability to manage disruptive emotions and impulses. It's not about suppressing feelings, but channeling them productively. Goleman explains that people who can delay gratification, tolerate frustration, and stay composed under stress perform better in all areas of life. This idea is backed by the Stanford marshmallow experiment, where children who resisted eating one marshmallow for a later reward scored higher in later life outcomes: education, careers, and relationships. Key point: mastering emotion, rather than denying it, gives you emotional freedom and resilience. Chapter 6. The Roots of Empathy motivation, and empathy. Goleman merges two ideas here: intrinsic motivation and empathy. Motivated people pursue goals for internal satisfaction, not external rewards. They're driven by passion, curiosity, or purpose. Empathy, on the other hand, is the ability to understand others' emotions. It's not sympathy, it's emotional attunement. Empathy depends on mirror neurons, brain cells that fire when we observe someone else's feelings or actions, allowing us to feel into their state. Key point: emotionally intelligent people are both inwardly driven and outwardly sensitive. They know what moves them and what moves others. Chapter 7: The Social Arts, Social Skills. Social skills are where EQ becomes visible. They include communication, influence, conflict management, teamwork, and leadership. Goleman shows that great leaders are emotional managers. They inspire, build trust, and create emotional resonance within groups. Key point: social intelligence is the external expression of emotional intelligence. Success with people requires managing both your emotions and theirs. Part 3: Emotional Intelligence Applied. Chapter 8: Intimate Enemies, Emotions, and Relationships. Emotional literacy determines relationship quality. Couples who stay together handle conflict constructively. They recognize emotions early, use humor, and repair communication before escalation. Arley references the research of John Gottman, who could predict divorce rates based on how couples managed emotional interactions. Criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling predicted failure. Key point: it's not the presence of conflict that destroys relationships. It's emotional mismanagement during conflict. Chapter 9: Emotional Intelligence and the Workplace. Technical skills and IQ get people hired. Emotional skills get them promoted. Goleman's research across hundreds of companies found that EQ accounts for nearly 90% of leadership success. High EQ leaders stay calm under pressure, build strong teams, inspire trust and loyalty, resolve conflict with empathy. Key point: workplace performance depends on emotional climate. Leaders set that tone through their own emotional mastery. Chapter 10: Managing with Heart. This chapter focuses on leadership and empathy. Organizations thrive when leaders connect emotionally. A toxic boss lowers morale and productivity, while an emotionally intelligent leader boosts creativity, loyalty, and engagement. Key point: leadership is less about authority and more about emotional connection. Chapter 11: The Family Crucible. Emotional intelligence begins in childhood. Children learn emotional responses by observing parents and caregivers. Families that name and discuss emotions raise children with higher EQ. In contrast, emotional neglect, parents who dismiss or punish emotions, leads to poor self-regulation and social problems. Key point: emotional habits are learned early. The home is the first emotional classroom. Chapter 12: Trauma and Emotional Learning. When a child experiences trauma, the amygdala forms powerful emotional memories that can dominate future reactions. Goleman explains how unresolved trauma leads to anxiety, hypervigilance, or overreaction in adulthood. Therapy and mindfulness can help retrain the brain, teaching the prefrontal cortex to regulate the amygdala's emotional surges. Key point: emotional healing is neurological as well as psychological. Awareness rewires the brain. Chapter 13: Emotional Literacy in Schools. Schools often emphasize IQ but neglect emotional education. Goleman advocates for social and emotional learning, SEL, programs that teach children self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation. Studies show that SEL improves academic performance, reduces violence, and increases lifelong success. Key point: emotional education is as important as intellectual education. Both shape a child's future. Part 4: The Broader Implications. Chapter 14: Mind and Medicine. Emotions profoundly affect health. Chronic stress weakens the immune system and increases disease risk. Conversely, positive emotions improve recovery, immunity, and longevity. Key point: Emotional intelligence isn't just psychological, it's biological. Managing emotion literally changes your body chemistry. Chapter 15: The Cost of Emotional Ignorance. Society pays a high price for low emotional intelligence, from violence and addiction to failed leadership and broken families. Goleman argues that teaching EQ can solve many social problems by promoting empathy, patience, and cooperation. Key point: raising emotional intelligence is not a luxury, it's a social necessity. Epilogue: A New Vision of Human Intelligence. Goleman concludes that emotions and reason are partners, not enemies. True intelligence integrates both. Emotion provides energy and meaning. Reason provides structure and direction. Final message: IQ may get you into the room, but EQ determines what happens once you're there. Understanding and managing emotion, in yourself and others, is the true path to success, health, and fulfillment. Comment below if you will follow these principles and become productive and prepare your mind for success thoughts to take control. Follow me for more masterclass book summary. Share with others. Do not forget to subscribe. I will leave the link at the description and also pin it at the comment section if you want the full book to purchase. Enjoy your day.